This is Sports for Real with Coach Hall. All around the world, I just want to come in for a few minutes to say Merry Christmas to all of you and a happy sports year. Um, Got a couple of really big games coming on today. As far as the AFC North is concerned, you got the Steelers in the nightcap going to take on Kansas City. Kansas City has only lost one game. They're looking at wrapping up that number one seed. If they can get by Pittsburgh, you can best bet that they're going to sit all their people next week. Pittsburgh, they need to knock off the Chiefs to keep that lead that they have in the AFC North. If they can beat Baltimore, or if they can win against the Chiefs and Houston snap back and knock off Baltimore, then Pittsburgh will wrap up the North. Then it won't matter what they do next week. But given how Pittsburgh has done over the years, they tend to make things interesting. Just a couple of games ago, they had a big game lead, a 2-game lead over the Ravens before you even started talking about tiebreakers. And they lost the last two. But in fairness to the Ravens had already played the Eagles and the Chiefs. Now it's Pittsburgh's turn. So Pittsburgh need to handle business if they truly want to be the team that represents the AFC in New Orleans for the Super Bowl. And I think they are going to be the team, whether they win today or not. But they just make it more interesting for themselves when they put themselves in these positions. They got no business losing to Baltimore. I don't care what year it is. But I know they're dealing with a few injuries. We won't make that an excuse. But they're going to need to step up today against Kansas City. And I think they will be able to do that. But I don't know about you guys, but, I'm trying to steal a few minutes before the house gets all noisy. That's all great and everything, but, it's not the same excitement as it was when you were a kid. I don't have a whole lot of little kids around me, so it's just something, to get through. But I hope you all are having a great day, and, later on we're going to get with some family. We're going to eat a little bird or whatever they have and watch some football. And I guess that's a good thing about having football on Christmas. Normally, you don't get that. And it didn't fall on a football day to day. But, the NFL, they're trying to seal up everything. They're going to try to give you football 7 days a week. And I think that's a negative because people, once you get tired of football, like anything else, you're not going to watch as much. Why do you think people don't watch baseball all the time? Because baseball is on every day. Who wants to watch baseball every day? Basketball, they think they're as big as baseball. And if nobody wants to watch baseball every day, what makes you think they're going to watch basketball every day? So they've gone in the NBA from 1 or 2 games on a Christmas day. So now they got like 7, 8. The players don't say it, but I really don't think they want to play games on Christmas Day. They want to sit down like everybody else and enjoy the day. But with the salaries that they're making, they really can't complain about anything. Get on out there and play. It's just a minor thing that people are asking you to do. And I don't really have a problem with it, but I do think that the league, they're trying to shove these sports down your throat. And for the fact that Kansas City is playing Pittsburgh today, Pittsburgh played on a Saturday, and now they're coming back on a Wednesday, 5 days later. Odd scheduling, man. And I think that with the odd scheduling, it's kind of weird that you're gonna create a matchup on Christmas Day. And I think if you see Pittsburgh and Kansas City, at least give them the whole week to get prepared for the game. Big Will, 313, Big Will says stop hating. All that hair making your hair fall out. Man, I didn't have any hair before I started talking about sports, man. I lost my hair 30 years ago, so I didn't worry about it, man. But I understand you jokester. What do you think about all these games today on Christmas Day, man? When the last time you had so many football and basketball games on Christmas Day? They've had it over the history of the NFL. Some of the better games in history have been on Christmas Day. I think about Kansas City and Miami, that playoff game they played way back in '71. But that's just the way the schedule fell, and that was a weekend, not manufactured the way it is now. Now, I got to see Thursday, like with Thanksgiving, but on a Wednesday, no, I don't think that's a good idea. Give us some college bowls, and we just wait regular for the NFL as we always done. But again, what's some of the gifts you guys getting? I don't usually get great gifts anymore. Just some of those gifts to say I'm thinking about you, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. Anything I get is fine. But I know some of you guys get some really, really good gifts. You pay for it during the year, because a lot of you guys, I hate to say it, but you're honeydews and suckers. And if you don't produce, you ain't gonna get nothing. Devin say, what's good, brother? Nothing, man. Just talking a little football before the crowd gets all rowdy, and I can't hear myself think. I don't know if you know what I mean by that, but when you start getting around a bunch of people, you can't hardly gather yourself. So, what's unbelievable that it's obviously a distraction. The views and thoughts should be on Yeshua. Well, everybody has their own thing. I'm just talking about from my point of view. I can't speak for the whole world. So, well, you got your valid points. I'll keep mine. But the point is, you get a bunch of people together, they're going to get rowdy, and lately, if you're watching around the world, families are turning on each other. So I guess that kind of goes to Mikhail Lewis's point about the Yeshua. The family needs to regenerate itself and stop all this bickering and fighting. But as the years go on, you see more and more discord between families, and the things that took place years ago are unthinkable. I take that back. The things that take place now are unthinkable from when we were growing up. The utter disrespect that you see now across the board, I still have a hard time believing some of the stuff I see. And that's part of the reason why I don't really care for crowds, because crowds can turn things, even a great outing can turn sour with the wrong thing said. And you got some people who just want to escalate no matter what. So we're going to try to have at least one day, no matter how you feel about this particular day. I'm not advocating any kind of religious preference here. I'm just talking in general. And I just hope y'all have a good day. But the fact that the Steelers had to play the Chiefs today, I think it would be a better game if you had a full week of preparation for both teams. And the league, I think they doing the football is disservice by shoving all these games down our throat when teams aren't fully prepared. We as fans tend to forget that, these guys are humans. They're not video games, so you can just turn it on at any time. They got to get their proper rest. And if you're going to give your best performance, I think, you should stick to the regular script. But all this playing in the middle of the week stuff, all that is just playing for money, man. And that's not a good thing. But at any rate, the games are still going to count. And it's not just Pittsburgh and Kansas City. Baltimore has to play. And Houston, they'll pretty much wrap up the South if they can win, because there's no other team in the South this year. Jacksonville is horrible. Tennessee is horrible. They're going to actually play this year. Jacksonville, they're right in the middle of the race to get that top seed. And if they end up with it, and they deserve it, because they would have played everybody that's involved with the exception of the Giants. And I think the Giants are going to find a way to win another game to eliminate themselves. That's just the way that the Giants have been lately. And with Jacksonville, they played the Raiders, they lost. They played against the Jets, they lost. They beat Tennessee in dramatic fashion the first time. But you can best bet they're going to be score watching to see what the Giants are doing, because at this point, you might well shoot for the number one seed. They're going to have to clean house anyway. You're probably going to have a brand new coaching staff, and some of the free agent talent that could sign with the Jaguars, they're probably going to sign somewhere else. So just kind of like what you're seeing in the NCAA, the whole roster is going to turn over, and it's going to look mighty different down here in Jacksonville come next year. So it should be interesting. But anyway, I just wanted to chime in a few minutes and say Merry Christmas to all those who participate and Happy Family Day or whatever you practice. I hope you have a good day anywhere in the world. Um, Maybe during the game with Kansas City, if I get a moment and slip away from the crowd, I'll stop by and go live and see what's going on in the sports world. But you guys enjoy whatever it is you're doing. I just want to come in and say Merry Christmas and talk a little sports right before it got a little bit busy around me. So drop me a line, subscribe, put some comments in there, like, hook me up, man. So I'll be looking for anything positive from anybody. So until later on today, you guys, wherever you are in the world, make sure you have a great day. And I'll chime back with you on the other side. Until then, this is Sports for Real. I'm out.